Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into something super interesting, bridging a gap between two things that feel like they're on opposite ends of the spectrum: spirituality and, hard science. We're going to look at how this ancient idea of devotion is actually being understood by modern neuroscience. So, yeah, let's get right into it. So, right off the bat, here's the big question we're tackling: is devotion just a matter of the heart, a feeling, a sense of faith? Or is there something real, something measurable, happening inside our heads, in our actual brain chemistry? That's exactly what we're here to figure out. Okay, first things first, to really get this, we all need to be on the same page. From a scientific point of view, what are we even talking about when we say devotion? What is it when you strip away all the dogma and just look at it through the lens of research? At its absolute core, devotion is all about a deep sense of commitment. And, this isn't just about religion. It can be a dedication to a set of values you live by, or a really meaningful ideal, or, of course, a spiritual path. This definition gives us a really solid place to start. Now, here's where it gets really, really cool. Science doesn't look at devotion as just one vague thing. Instead, it's more like the meeting point of several things that are already well studied in psychology. We're talking about mindfulness, the power of our belief systems, having a sense of purpose, and our ability to regulate our own emotions. It's the mix of all these that makes it so powerful. So, how does this all actually play out inside our heads? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the direct neurological impact. We're literally going inside the brain to see what's going on when someone engages in some kind of devotional practice. It's actually a pretty clear biological chain reaction. It all kicks off with a practice, say like meditation or prayer. That simple act activates what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. You can just think of it as your body's chill out switch. This basically tells your body to go into calm mode, and what happens then? Your levels of cortisol, that's the big stress hormone, they start to drop. So, to put it really simply, all that complex biology just boils down to this one simple fact. Devotional practices literally help your brain and your whole body to just chill out. It's kind of like having a built-in tool for stress reduction. And I absolutely love this slide because it perfectly shows what we're talking about. It's like a translator, right? Where a devotional tradition might use a word like trust, science calls it cognitive reframing, which is just the ability to change how you look at a bad situation. What one calls faith, the other calls psychological resilience. And consistency, well, neuroscience sees that as training for your prefrontal cortex. It's just two different languages for the exact same powerful idea. Let's hang on to that last point for a sec. Just like going to the gym and lifting weights makes your muscles stronger, the routine of these devotional habits, it strengthens your prefrontal cortex. You can think of that part of your brain as the CEO, the boss. It's in charge of focus, discipline, and self-control. So a disciplined practice can literally build a more disciplined mind. And the effects? They don't just stop with the brain. Oh no. This mental calm and focus, it radiates outward and impacts our entire physical health. So let's look at how these brain benefits actually translate to the rest of the body. And the evidence here is just so compelling. Study after study has linked these kinds of practices to a whole list of real physical health improvements. We're talking lower blood pressure, a stronger immune system, sleeping better at night, and even better heart health and digestion. These aren't just vague feelings, they are measurable physical results. The connection is actually beautifully simple when you think about it. When you lower your chronic stress, you give your body a real chance to rest, to repair itself, and just to work the way it's supposed to. So less mental and emotional strain directly leads to a healthier physical body. It's a pretty clear equation. So we're calmer, we're healthier, but it goes even deeper than that. These practices can fundamentally reshape how we look at life and how we interact with other people. So let's check out how this builds our sense of kindness and purpose. So many devotional paths are all about promoting values like compassion and gratitude, right? Well, it turns out when we actually practice those things, our brain rewards us with a little hit of dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals. So in a very real way, devotion can literally train our brains to be kinder just by making it feel good to do so. A huge piece of this whole puzzle is that devotion often provides a powerful sense of purpose. And psychologically, having a strong why is just incredibly powerful. It fires up our motivation, it quiets that deep down anxiety about what life is all about, and it's a huge part of long-term happiness because it gives us a framework to make sense of everything. And this quote from the research just says it all, doesn't it? When life makes no sense, purpose keeps us going. I mean, during those tough times when you're confused or lost or things are uncertain, it's that sense of purpose that gives you the strength to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Which brings us right back to where we started. Devotion isn't just some abstract feeling you have in your heart. As the science is now showing us, it's an active process. It's a form of mental and emotional training. It is, basically, fitness for your brain. So, we'll leave you with this final thought. Knowing that these practices have real, measurable benefits for your mind and your body, well, it's not just a question of faith anymore. It's a question of function. So the only question left is, how are you going to choose to exercise your brain? Thanks for tuning in.